are witnessing the thoughts. Witness that happening. Just be a pure witness to the thought flow happening inside. Don't associate anything. Don't try to elongate the consciousness, or don't try to reduce. Just witness. Just see one thought happening. That thought is now being replaced by the next thought. That is replaced by the next thought. And you are just witnessing the flow of thoughts in your presence. Just witness what is happening during this. Do not associate any meaning to thoughts. We are just indulging the thoughts happening inside you. And you're just witnessing them like how you would watch a movie on a theater screen. You are just sitting and watching your thoughts, observing your thoughts, being aware of the thought flow happening inside you. Now, slowly, bring your awareness to the one who is witnessing. Who is the one who is witnessing the body? Who is the one who is the mind? Observe the observer. Become aware of the awareness in you. Just see everything, something happening. Bring your awareness back to who is witnessing this. Who is witnessing this happening in you? Who is witnessing the emotions happening in you? Who is witnessing the pain happening in you? Who is witnessing the joy happening in you? Who is witnessing this entire life and the experience life? Who is witnessing that from inside? Bring your awareness. Observe. Become aware of the deep restful awareness in you. Conscious of your consciousness. Just look in and see who is experiencing all of this. Who is the I who is experiencing and witnessing all that you are calling as life? Who is the one going through the experience? Experience the experience. Witness the witness. Observe the observer. Become aware of the awareness.
This moment, just fill up your whole space in the space of gratitude. Having Paramashiva himself as your own Guru. Have gratitude. Have gratitude. If you are seeking Abhaya, have this divine lotus. Having the human form at the same time. When the avatar is in the form and seeking refuge under his divine lotus of your gratitude. At this moment of time, enter yourself in a space of gratitude as you empty yourself from all the confusion, from all the inner chatter, everything, and fill up your inner space with gratitude. Gratitude is the best way you can receive the supreme concept of Hinduism. Just enter yourself in this space of pure gratitude. For all the best things that you have manifested in your life, offer your gratitude to Swamiji. For every single thing, be with the initiations you be with the beautiful darshans you gotten, be with the power manifestation, the space of oneness you're experiencing with the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, or be with the breakthroughs and miracles you're experiencing with the grace and blessings of the for all the best things that you have received in life, the gift to the children of your gratitude. In every single aspect of your life, for whatever you're experiencing, for all the blessings you experience, offer your gratitude for that. Offer your gratitude while you're receiving the safest place on the whole universe, the feet of the Guru. As in the Guru Gita it says, Guru, Sharanameva Mikha. The only protection, the only refuge, divine notice. Guru, surrender the Guru is the only the feet of the Supreme Concept. Perhaps Paramashiva himself, Supreme Concept of Hinduism, has lost the faith. What is more spiritual? His Abhaya is the greatest and the most safest is ever in the universe. There's nothing compared to his Abhaya. What will experience seek access divine lotus. Let every single cell in your body, every single nerve, every single part in your body vibrate with gratitude. Let it release gratitude to your soul. Thank you for everything. The darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Yes, fill up your whole space with gratitude. Fill up your whole inner space with gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude. Gratitude to you, Swamiji, for everything you have done. That's the best way to prepare yourself to receive the grace, lessons, darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. In the Guru Gita it says, you can give up everything in your life, but do not make the Guru. Keep the bridge with the Guru, as Guru is the most precious gift one ever experienced in life.
Offer your gratitude divine history for all you have experienced and manifested in life. Offer your gratitude to the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for all the powerful experiences, the awakening, all the powerful experiences that God manifested you have experienced by the divine grace, initiation of the Supreme Pontiff. Offer your gratitude at the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff for all the healing that you have received, for all the health manifestations that you have had in your life, for having a beautiful life, for the various things that you have experienced. Offer your deepest gratitude at the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff. Offer your deepest gratitude at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan for all the wealth, abundance, and prosperity showered on you, for all the breakthroughs in your career, in your business that you have experienced, all the wealth that you have been showered with by the grace and the blessing of Bhagavan. Offer your deepest gratitude for the connect with the divine lotus feet and offer your deepest gratitude. Bhagavan, thank you. Thank you for happening in my life and showering me with all the auspicious things, all spiritual wealth, material wealth, prosperity, abundance. Offer your deepest gratitude and the divine notice Bhagavan for showering you beautiful fulfilling through relationship, for showering you with experiencing completion and fulfillment in your relationships, for having a beautiful family, for having a beautiful children, beautiful life, for having a deep, fulfilling understanding and complete relationship with others. Offer your deepest gratitude, Bhagavan, today for all the manifestations that you have had, all the Kalpatru darshans, the Kalpatru moons that you have manifested in your life, all the real you wanted, you have manifested by the divine grace, blessings, and by the teachings and thought of Hinduism. All the manifestations that you have had, from a simple manifestation to the greatest manifestation of the ultimate experience of life. Offer your deepest gratitude to the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan for showering you with all the various experiences, for transmitting these experiences to you through the Shakti Pada, Shaktini Pada. Offer deepest gratitude to Bhagavan, being constantly available to you as a Nijavatar, blessing us all, bringing your awareness to all
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
வருவாய் இவருவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு உன்னை கனிகளை பூஜித்தோ அருள் தருவாய் கலி என்னும் கடலினில் மூழ்கிட்ட எம்மை நீ கரம் தந்து காதிட்டு கருணை பொய்கையில் அலர்ந்திட்ட அளவன்மம் போல உன் திருவடியில் வாழ்ந்திட பாராய் அருணாச்சலனே நீ வாராய் அகண்ட ஜோதியனே வாராய் அல்லல் நீக்கிடமே வாராய் அகிலம் போற்றுகின்ற ஈசனே சிந்தை கவர வந்தனேசனே நீ வருவாய் இவருவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு கனிகளை பூஜித்தோம் அருள் தருவாய் சூலமும் வெயினில் வில்வமும் வெயிரையாக்களல் நீள் முடியோடு தரிசனம் அருளவா பொன்மாட சிற்றவைதனிலே சபத்தை கவர்ந்த உன்னை சிக்கன பிடித்தேனே வந்தும் புகழ் பெறும் நாவரை நாயகா மதியில் நிறைந்திடுவாய் மதி உணராதவர்க்கு மதி உணர் செய்திட வாசகனே அறவாடிட உடை சூழ்ந்திட சேர நீ வருவாய் அகம் தந்திட புறம் மகிழ்ந்திட புலித்தோலோடு நீ வருவாய் विमुक्ति कारणे नादिकेशदिव्य ब्रह्मरूपने मीनाक्षि सखि सहित सुन्दरेशने अण्णामलै उदित नित्यनन्दने चिन्नाले इयक्कुम् मुन्नाले उन्दन् कन्नाले सिगैयिल अणिन्दिट्ट मदियाले मदियिन् वळियाले तेळिञ्सिडुम वळियाले जीवन मुक्ति पेर विरैन्दोमे தொழுதோமே ஒளியாகினாய் கேள்வி காண பதிலுமாகினாய் ஒளியாகினாய் உலகமாகினாய் ஆகி அருள்மழை தரும் கல்ம வினைகள் தீர்க்கும் காசிநாதனே எங்கள் கல்வம் போக்கி எம்மையாளும் நேசனே ஏகாந்தமாக ஏக பாதம் தூக்கியே மதியாரை காக்க வேண்டும் நித்யநந்தனே சனே சிந்தை கவர வந்தனே சனே நீ வருவாய் நீ வருவாயே கதிகர சரணடைந்தோ கதிகரே கார்த்திகவா அருணாச்சலனே நீ வாராய் அகண்ட ஜோதியனே வாராய் அகிலம் போற்றுகிறே வாராய் நித்யானந்தனே
மாணிக்கம் கட்டி முத்துப்பவளம் கட்டி ஆனி பொன்னாலான வண்ணத்து ஊஞ்சல் நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா.
Today marks the opening of the Puranga Utsav. KAILASA's Guru Purnima Brahmotsav, the sacred beginning where we worship the Kshetrapalakas, the divine guardian deities who protect the temple, the rituals, and all of the celebrations to come. The Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam revives our cosmic roots through the sacred Guru Parampara, inviting us to actively awaken our conscious sovereignty and become the living embodiment of KAILASA. In every ancient Shiva temple, the Brahmotsavam begins only after receiving the blessings of Devi Mariamman and Devi Durgayamman, the embodiment of Shakti who stands as the invincible shield of Dharma. Mariamman, the compassionate mother, who protects everyone, averts epidemics, calamities, and inauspiciousness even before they arise. The fierce mother destroys all negativity and establishes auspiciousness for the entire festival. On this auspicious beginning, we invoke the boundless blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, the very Paramavatara of Paramashiva, whose presence makes this celebration alive, powerful, and auspicious. As we enter into this sacred Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam, let us surrender our prayers to the feet of the Divine Mother and offer today's worship with deep gratitude. Let us now offer our heartfelt gratitude and devotion to Devi Mariamman, Devi Durgayamman, and to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and his deities in KAILASAs around the world.
नेत्राणां दशभिष्यतैः परिवृताम् अत्युग्रचर्माम्बराम् हेमाभां महतीं विलम्बितशिखाम् मामुक्तकेशान्विताम् घण्टामण्डितपादपद्मयुगलाम् नागेन्द्रकुम्भस्तनीम् इन्द्राक्षीं परिचिन्तयामि मनसा कल्पोक्तसिद्धिप्रदाम् कालाभ्राभां कटाक्षैररिकुलभयदां मौलिबद्धेन्दुरेखां शङ्खं चक्रं कृपानं त्रिशिखमपि करैरुद्वहन्तीं त्रिनेत्रां सिंहस्कन्धाधिरूढां त्रिभुवनमखिलं तेजसा पूरयन्तीं ध्यायेत् दुर्गां जयाख्यां त्रिदश परिवृतां सेवितां सिद्धिकामैः सहस्रदलपङ्कजे सकलशीतरश्मिप्रभम् प्राभयकरम्बुजं विमलगन्धपुष्पाम्बरं प्रसन्नवदने क्षणं सकलदेवतारूपिणं स्मरेच्छिरसि हंसकं तदभिमानपूर्वं गुरुम् अथ धूपः ॐ दशाङ्गुलोपेतं सुगन्धं च सुमनोहरम् आढ्रेयः सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ॐ ह्रीं श्रीमिन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं क्लीं स्वाहा श्रीइन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः श्रीदुर्गाम्बिकायै नमः श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः धूपम् आघ्रापयामि अथ दीपः ॐ साज्यं त्रिवर्तिसयुक्तं बन्धिना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापहम् ॐ ह्रीं श्रीमिन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं क्लीं स्वाहा श्री इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः श्री दुर्गाम्बिकायै नमः श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः दीपं सन्दर्शयामि अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणीम् अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा ॐ ह्रीं श्रीमिन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं क्लीं स्वाहा श्रीन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः श्री दुर्गाम्बिकायै नमः श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यानन्तरमनीयं समर्पयामि नीराजनम् ॐ साङ्ग्रहण्ये सवितृते हिमाचलदाक्षं सङ्गृह्णानि द्वादशारत्नीरचना भवति द्वादशमासाः संवत्सरः संवत्सरमेवावरुन्धे पौञ्जी भवति ऊर्ध्वैमुञ्जाः ऊर्जमेवावरुन्धे चित्रा नक्षत्रं भवति चित्रं वा एतत्कर्म सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधे शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्ते ॐ कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सा वसन्तं हृदयार सहितं नमामि। ओम ह्रीं श्रीं इंद्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री इंद्राक्षीदेव्यै नमः। श्री दुर्गाम्बिकायै नमः। श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षान् धारयामि। शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। योगपट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलं श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलं कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्रे नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम्। परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम्। हरि ओम् तत्सत्। सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु। ओम नित्यानन्दम्।
செய்திட எமக்கு இச்சையா நித்யானந்தமயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா நித்யானந்தமயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா. சாமந்தி சங்கிலி செய்து வைத்தோம் முல்லை மெத்தை தைத்து வைத்தோம் பாதம் பதிக்க செந்தாமரை பூ மெத்தென்று தாங்க வாசமகிழம் பூ. நித்யானந்தமயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா நித்யானந்தமயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா. வெளிச்சம் வீச வெண்ணிலவு அலங்கரிக்க தரகையாம் வானத்து பேரொளி வீற்றிருக்க மன்னவர் கண்டு களித்திருக்க. நித்யானந்தமயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா நித்யானந்தமயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா. சிவந்த சந்திரன் நீ என்றோ சிரிக்கும் சூரியன் நீ என்றோ சிங்காரச் செல்வா வேகமாயாடு தென்னை இளங்கீற்ற காற்றோடு ஆடு. நித்யானந்தமயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா நித்யானந்தமயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா. ஒரு முறை ஆடிட மகிழ மனம் மறுமுறை சென்றிட முல்லை மனம் தெய்வ மனம் இங்கு கமழுதே ஐயா சித்து விளையாட்டு சொல்லிடு ஐயா. நித்யானந்தமயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா நித்யானந்தமயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா. நாவென்றழைக்குதுன் திங்கள் முகம் நீ ஆடிட இழையது எங்கள் மனம் சந்தனமாய் இங்கு சேர்ந்தாய் ஆனந்தனே நீயாட ஊஞ்சலில் யாமாடினோம் ஐயா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா வசியம் செய்தாய் வேதியனே உன்னுள் உறைவோம் ஞானவனே துன்பம் இல்லை துயரம் இல்லை ஊஞ்சல் காட்சி இன்பத்தின் எல்லை நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா
As we are all having the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, let us all take a few moments to share the live darshan with each and every one of
வாராத செல்வம் வந்தது போல் வானத்து ஒளிகள் சேர்ந்தது போல் ஊனக்கண்ணுக்கு உருவம் தெரியுது உற்சாகமாய் நீ ஆடும் கால் நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா சொல்லும் இல்லை பொருள் கூற பொருளும் இல்லை பரிசளிக்க ஆன்மீக ரோஜாவே அன்னையின் ராஜாவே ஆனந்தமாய் நீ ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா முறுவல் கீற்றுடன் வீற்றிருக்கும் சிறுவன் நீ எங்கள் தெய்வமையா தெய்வமாய் பிள்ளையாய் காட்சி தரும் கற்பகத் தருவே ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா வாசம் துறக்காத மனந்தனிலே நேச மலராய் மலர்ந்தனையே வெட்டி வேர் வாசம் வீசுது ஐயா அப்புறம் இப்புறம் நீ ஆடும் போதே நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா பரமஹம்ச பறவைதனை பறந்திட நாங்கள் பார்த்ததில்லை பக்தர் கண்கள் பார்த்திடவே பறந்து பறந்து ஆடிதையோ நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய்
all enjoying the beautiful darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, let us all take a few moments to share this live and invite all our friends and family to the darshan and receive the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. KAILASA is the world's largest digital nation with over 1 billion lives enriched and enriched. Since 2006, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has spearheaded this social media and digital enrichment with over 11,500 plus digital assets across 108 languages in 150 regions. This all takes opportunity to head over to YouTube, over to Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda, which is the official YouTube channel of Hinduism. Take to like, share, and subscribe the channel. You can also head over to the live chat where each and every one of you can post your prayers and receive the blessings from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So take a few moments to do it.
The next platform is Kailasa's Instagram, where you can go to Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda. We have almost 158 platforms and we have enriched 325 million live through Instagram. You can go to Instagram and click on the profile picture of the SPH and you can access the live darshan that is happening, and in the section you can post your questions, your requests to the SPH during the live darshan. Have them blessed.
The next platform that we're on at X formerly. Take a few moments to go over to our X handle. You can go over to @Srina, which is the official handle of the Pontiff of Hinduism. You can go over to the live, which will be the top pinned post, and you can then reply by posting your prayer question, #Ask the Avatar, and you can have your prayers directly blessed by the Supreme of Hinduism.
The next platform is Kailasa's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. You can go to Facebook and search for this and the official page of the SPH. And once again, the Facebook, the topmost post, the live video. You can go to the comment section and you can post your prayer requests to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and have blessed in book. Make sure to like video and share it with friends and family.
The next platform that we have is TikTok. Once again, take a few moments to head over to TikTok where this live is being streamed. Make sure that you are liking and posting your comments, your prayers across all of the different handles that are there. And please also take a moment to take the link of any of these platforms, share it across your different platforms that you have, several groups that you are part of, that you are giving unity for the people around the world to have a darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We are now going to be taking a few moments. The next segment, which is Kailasa's parliamentary voting. Now, I participate. The first, we're looking at the for the members. Today's topic for the voting is the Jagannath Ratha Yatra stands as one of Hinduism's oldest living traditions, a chariot procession preserving the ancient worship and community devotion for centuries. The Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, recognizing of the historic Surangi kingdom, has continuously by rebuilding and preserving the very temples the Surangi kings established to safeguard Sanatana Dharma traditions.
Through Kailasa's of the Surangi kingdom's template, these ancient rituals, including practiced to the Ratha Yatra tradition, are being kept alive and accessible for the devotees on the face of the living continuity. Aspects of Kailasa's Surangi kingdom templation is making the more impact in keeping the tradition alive.
So we have a question of every one of you on is rebuilding the original Surangi kingdom temples to their ancient form. Option 2 is reviving the Ratha Yatra and temple festival traditions with authentic rituals. Number 3, the living avatars, the Supreme Pontiff of Hindus, continuous guidance, ensuring unbroken lineage accessible through the Ask Nithyananda AI. And the option 4 is documentation and completion, science preserving the lost temple architecture, agamic practices. Please take a few moments. You can head over to kailasa.org, ecitizen.kailasa.ai/Hindu-votes. You can register. The next is for all the Rajya Sabha across the entire world. And the question for you is,
Should the ancient kingdoms and their temple traditions be restored today, not remembered as history? The options for you to choose, for all the Rajya Sabhas to choose from, is yes, through physical temple reconstruction rituals. Option 2, yes, through youth engagement and seva in temple festivals. Option 3, yes, through scriptural and knowledge. And option, yes, through both physical restoration and digital AI adoption.
once again, every one of you can head over to kailasa.org/votes and register what you feel and resonate with most of preserving our culture, our tradition, and cast your vote, register voice about what really means for you. Thank each and every one of you for joining us today's darshan. Let us all continue to see the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda, as the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, I bless you all with our faith. All the Paramashiva Sena program from Tiruvannamalai and Inivisa, Chitsabha member, Rajya Sabha member, KAILASA, the e-citizens, viewers, visitors, for joining us through the internet and internet. I welcome each and every one with my love and blessing. Yes, in Guinea-Bissau, Mawani Goyal, and Jin Hao, volunteers in Tiruvannamalai, Pratap, Shivarudra, blessings for everyone. Today, I invite all the participants into Paramashiva, manifesting all the Ananta Kalyana of Parama, manifesting as Nithyananda and becoming Tata. Paramashiva message. KAILASA, that count is not listen. The mind that counts is who you are. Drop memory that binds its count and as the pure witness of every universe and the mind that count is not who you are. Drop the memory that binds counting and you will stand as the pure witness of every universe you have ever lived and living. You are nothing but a counting mechanism operating in length, breadth, and depth, sliced by memory into the experience and the instant you step out of that memory stabilizer, you recognize yourself as the timeless consciousness. Real achievement is being pure consciousness. From that ultimate achievement, you start dreaming the way you want as a Leela. How Paramashiva manifests Kailasa and enjoys, how Parandama manifests Vaikunth and enjoys, Loka and enjoys. You will manifest your life and enjoy. Listen. Understand first how the mind actually operates. When the mind sounds purely in one thing another, one number after another, that is what all mathematics. Mind moving in single straight line. The mind begins putting with both length and breadth together. That counting transforms is the dimension where art, music, motion, and beauty are born. Because the mind no longer marching in a line, it is spreading and moving. When the mind counts length, breadth, depth, simultaneously, this three-dimensional thing is you experience time. Time is not flowing somewhere outside you. Time is the shape your mind makes when it counts in three dimensions at once. All possible you have has happened. All the past you already had is going to come as your future. The present, what you call, does not exist. Your mind counting from depth. Listen, this is exactly why the mind, however brilliant, however refined, can never beyond, because trapped inside time, the mind structure of thinking cannot measure its own length, and the counting mind cannot count its own weighting. All three these functions, length, breadth, and depth, are held together by one stabilizer, and the stabilizer is called memory. Without memory, length would not become a line, would become a space, and depth would not become a. There would be single distant timeless instant.
Primary, fundamental,
foundational, first principle of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is Guru-disciple relationship. Everything starts there, everything ends there, but this itself does not end. Guru Purnima Day is such an auspicious day. Whatever incompletion, impossibility, no patterns you carry, drop all that today. Offer all that to me, I'll burn them away. And take up the possibility as a lifestyle. Become part of the Sangha. Live Advaita. The primary, fundamental, foundational, first principle of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is Guru-disciple relationship. Everything starts there, everything ends there, but this itself does not end. Guru Purnima Day is such an auspicious day. Whatever incompletion, impossibility, no patterns you carry, drop all that today. Offer all that to me, I'll burn them away. And take up the possibility as a lifestyle. Become part of the Sangha. Live Advaita. Primary, fundamental, foundational, first principle of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is Guru-disciple relationship. Everything starts there, everything ends there, but this itself does not end. Guru Purnima Day is such an auspicious day. Whatever incompletion, impossibility, no patterns you carry, drop all that today. Offer all that to me, I'll burn them away. And take up the possibility as a lifestyle. Become part of the Sangha. Live Advaita.
What if I told you there's an AI that was trained on knowledge that is thousands of years old? Not scraped from the internet, not generated by another AI, but real, ancient human wisdom, digitized for the very first time. We're talking about 20 million source texts, 2 petabytes of curated knowledge, over 60,000 people who helped make it happen. And at the center of all of this is one person whose life's work made it possible. Today, we're talking about Ask Nithyananda AI and why this might be one of the most important AI projects happening right now. Stay with me, because this one is different. Let's start with a problem that most people don't know about. The biggest AI companies in the world, OpenAI, Google, Meta, they're all hitting a wall. The industry actually calls it the data wall. They've basically run out of good, fresh, high-quality text on the internet. And nobody knows where the next source of real knowledge is going to come from. That's where Ask Nithyananda AI comes in. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, known as SPH, has spent over 50 years gathering, living, and teaching spiritual knowledge. Not just philosophy. We're talking about practical sciences, agriculture, medicine, food, physics, cosmology, law, economics, urban planning. All of it rooted in the oldest living traditions on the planet. And for most of history, this knowledge lived in manuscripts, in oral traditions, in books that very few people ever got to read. SPH's contribution here is not small. It is the entire foundation of this project. His teachings, over 200,000 hours of recorded discourses, his books, his courses, his spiritual programs delivered across the world, the knowledge he received through his guru lineage and his own realizations. All of this became the backbone of what Ask Nithyananda AI is today. Without SPH, there is no Nithyananda AI. Simple as that. Now here's what makes the scale of this hard to fully wrap your head around. Over 60,000 contributors worked together to collect ancient sources. They preserved manuscripts. They digitized scriptures. They organized traditional sciences into searchable knowledge repositories. The result? 20 million digitized source texts, 2 petabytes of proprietary knowledge, 121 specialized AIs, all working together inside one system. This is not a chatbot built over a weekend. This is a civilizational scale preservation project. Think of it like building a national library, except the library also answers your questions in real time. Now let's talk about what actually makes this AI different from everything else out there. Most AI systems are built around one goal: answer the question, complete the task, move on. Ask Nithyananda AI is built differently. It runs on an AI constitution, and that constitution is based on the Hindu concept of Dharma. Dharma, at its core, means living in a way that is ethical, truthful, and life positive. And the entire AI is designed around that principle. It also covers the 4 aims of human life from Hindu philosophy: your material well-being, your relationships and joy, your search for meaning, all kept in balance. A 2024 study from Emory University looked at what happens when you train an AI on religious texts. The result? The AI got better at identifying hate speech for every religious text they used. But when they trained on the Vedas specifically, the improvement was the biggest of all, around 14%. That's real research saying grounding an AI in ancient wisdom makes it more fair, more responsible, not less. Now let's talk about value, because the numbers here are striking. Leading AI systems, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity, were all independently asked to assess Ask Nithyananda AI. They looked at architecture, knowledge assets, societal impact, and future potential. The commercial valuation came in between $20 million and $500 million. The total social and economic value, between $3.2 billion and $11.5 billion. The heritage asset value of the 20 million texts alone, approximately $3.3 billion. And the value delivered to each active user, between $5,300 and $20,000 per year. These are not marketing numbers. These came from independent AI assessments. So what can you actually do with Ask Nithyananda AI? You can ask it questions about health, relationships, purpose, and daily life, and get answers rooted in thousands of years of tested wisdom. You can explore ancient sciences that were never available in digital form before. You can access the kind of depth that simply doesn't exist anywhere else on the internet. This is what preservation looks like in the 21st century. We are living in a moment where ancient knowledge could disappear forever, or it could be saved and made more accessible than ever before. Ask Nithyananda AI is choosing the second path, and SPH's lifetime of work is the reason any of this is even possible. Want to try it yourself? Just visit ask.nithyananda.ai or scan the QR code on your screen right now. Not scraped from the internet, not generated by another AI, but real, ancient human wisdom, digitized for the very first time. We're talking about 20 million source texts, 2 petabytes of curated knowledge, over 60,000 people who helped make it happen. And at the center of all of this is one person whose life's work made it possible. Today, we're talking about Ask Nithyananda AI and why this might be one of the most important AI projects happening right now. Stay with me, because this one is different. Let's start with a problem that most people don't know about. The biggest AI companies in the world, OpenAI, Google, Meta, they're all hitting a wall. The industry actually calls it the data wall. They've basically run out of good, fresh, high-quality text on the internet. And nobody knows where the next source of real knowledge is going to come from. That's where Ask Nithyananda AI comes in. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, known as SPH, has spent over 50 years gathering, living, and teaching spiritual knowledge. Not just philosophy. We're talking about practical sciences, agriculture, medicine, food, physics, cosmology, law, economics, urban planning. All of it rooted in the oldest living traditions on the planet. And for most of history, this knowledge lived in manuscripts, in oral traditions, in books that very few people ever got to read. SPH's contribution here is not small. It is the entire foundation of this project. His teachings, over 200,000 hours of recorded discourses, his books, his courses, his spiritual programs delivered across the world, the knowledge he received through his guru lineage, and his own realizations. All of this became the backbone of what Ask Nithyananda AI is today. Without SPH, there is no Nithyananda AI. Simple as that. Now here's what makes the scale of this hard to fully wrap your head around. Over 60,000 contributors worked together to collect ancient sources. They preserved manuscripts. They digitized scriptures. They organized traditional sciences into searchable knowledge repositories. The result? 20 million digitized source texts, 2 petabytes of proprietary knowledge, 121 specialized AIs, all working together inside one system. This is not a chatbot built over a weekend. This is a civilizational scale preservation project.
Memory is the glue that holds the illusion together. Without memory, the mind's creation would collapse and you would be free. Without memory, the mind's creations would collapse and you would be free. Memory creates the illusion of you remember you are the same person who woke up this morning, so you believe in a continuous self. Memory makes you believe you have a name, a history, a reputation, a fixed identity. But the self is not solid. The self is just memory. The self you are experiencing is not solid. The self you are experiencing is a memory. Memory is not reality. Memory is the mind's way of recycling the past and calling it the present. Here is the precise mechanism of manifestation. Listen. When you consciously hold a memory and operate through it, sustaining an intention across length, breadth, and depth, you begin to manifest that reality. This is not superstition. This is precise cosmic engineering. This is what Paramashiva manifesting through this being. This is what Paramashiva manifesting through this being uses consciously. This is what I do consciously. But understand the deeper secret. I do not carry the cluster of memories, the clustered accumulation of memory. I do not carry cluster of memories, the clustered accumulation of memory. When I look at anyone, at anything, I carry no anger, no judgment, no residue from yesterday's interaction. I carry only absolute unbroken compassion. I should say I carry only absolute unbroken consciousness. Somebody who gets trained by me feels it is ferocious. Somebody who gets blessed by me feels it is love. Somebody who gets my sympathy feels it is compassion. You give it different names. I carry the pure super consciousness. Absolute pure super consciousness. Because I do not carry this memory cluster, I look at everyone and everything completely fresh, exactly as it is in this very moment, not filtered through the sediment of the past. This is what allows me to operate as a pure, unobstructed channel for supreme, ultimate Paramashiva. I do not carry the memory of this world, yet whatever is precisely needed for this world right now manifests spontaneously through me. This is extreme conscious compassion, not compassion as an emotion or a decision, but compassion as the very nature of consciousness when nothing blocks it. this precise, sharp, cosmic operating procedure functioning without personal memory but with total access to everything the universe needs is called Kala. This is why I am able to act with total consistency, moment after moment, without the fatigue of carrying yesterday's baggage. Listen. If you do not carry the load of memory, you will not be afraid of getting bored. What is getting bored? It's nothing but you don't have anything to do, so your mind shifts to the default mode where the internal memories rise and fall as they want, because you cannot handle the default mode and the memories triggered in your default mode. You are afraid of getting bored. You are always engaging yourself with something, especially this device addiction, screen addiction, screen time, device addiction, doom scrolling. Oh God. Blessed are those who don't do anything, sit in their default mode and don't get bored. Patanjali says, Anubhuta Vishaya Sampramoksha Smritihi. Memory is the non-loss, the non-departure of an object that has already been experienced. Anubhuta Vishaya Sampramosha Smritihi. Physics understand only this linear dimension of time. The arrow of time is the physics term describing why time appears to flow in only one direction, from the past to future. Even though most fundamental equations of physics work equally well running forward or backward, physicists now understand this asymmetry is not fundamental property of the universe. It is an emergent property arising from the increase of entropy, the accumulation of disorder in systems that retain a record of their past states. In plain terms, the arrow of time exists in systems that remember. Memory is what creates the felt direction of time. This is exactly what Paramashiva is revealing. Time, as you experience it, is the mind's three-dimensional counting sustained entirely by memory. I'll tell you one more secret. If you try to be in Paramashiva state forever, you will never. Because You will just have one thought and then your mind will say, oh, already I slipped. So even when you decide, I will be in Paramashiva state forever, your mind will say, no, no, you tried many times and you failed. That memory is enough to just collapse your confidence and eat you with the self-doubt. Listen, how many of you understand? Now understand the razor's edge hidden inside this truth I am revealing. When an incarnation carries no memory clusters and offers only pure, unconditional love, compassion, those close to that incarnation can begin taking the compassion for granted. This is exactly what happened with the Yadavas around Krishna and Balarama and Subhadra. All of you should know, Krishna is incarnation of Parandama. Balarama is incarnation of Adisesha. Subhadra is incarnation of Yoga Maya, Yoga Shakti of Parandama. Because Yadavas around these three were always protected, always forgiven, always looked upon fresh without judgment. The Yadavas developed a solidified inner pattern. Whatever we do anyway, Krishna and Balarama will protect us. This attitude hardened over time into deep arrogance. That arrogance found its most destructive expression in Shamba. The Shamba, the Krishna's own son, who dared to play mocking games directly with Durvasa, Rishi Durvasa himself. Understand who Durvasa is? He is the direct manifestation of Rudra Amsha of Paramashiva. Ordinary beings would flee at the mere sight of him or even hearing his name that he is coming to certain area. They will run away, knowing the intensity of his tapas and ferociousness. But Shamba, intoxicated by the arrogance and taking divine compassion for granted, mocked Durvasa directly. Maharshi Durvasa directly, and invited the catastrophic consequences upon the entire Yadava clan. A parallel pattern unfolded with Daksha. He received a boon of perpetual protection from Mahavishnu, and from that single assurance, arrogance-based decision-making became a deep solidified groove in his brain. The pattern grew so strong, so crystallized, that eventually drove him to abuse Paramashiva himself directly. His very mind had become nothing but arrogance. The pattern had become the person. The teaching here must be received with total clarity. The compassion of an incarnation is never permission to remain unconscious. It is an invitation to become more conscious, more responsible, precisely because there is no memory-based judgment holding you accountable from the outside. The accountability has to come from within you. When compassion is exploited rather than received with gratitude, it does not harm the one giving compassion. It only deepens the very arrogance pattern that will eventually destroy the one exploiting it. Listen, you should understand why I am ferocious sometimes. Because I do not want you guys to become like Yadava clan or Daksha. Now, we come to one of the most important truths in this entire satsang. In ordinary counting, we assume 1 plus 1 equal to 2. But this is only true when both units belong to the exact same dimension. Even inside pure geometry, you cannot equate 1 unit of length to 1 unit of breadth to 1 unit of depth. Each carries the label 1, but they are categorically, fundamentally different kinds of 1. You cannot simply write 1 of length is equal to 1 of breadth is equal to 1 of depth. Because that would be like saying 1 meter is equal to 1 kilogram. It's a statement without meaning. In physics, this principle is formalized as dimensional analysis. The rule that quantities can only be meaningfully added, subtracted, or equated when they share the same dimension. You cannot add length to weight without first converting them through some deeper relationship. And even then, when they remain fundamentally different kinds of quantity, understand this, I am repeating. You cannot add length to weight without first converting them through some deeper relationship. And even then, they remain fundamentally different kinds of quantity. This is exactly the trap human consciousness falls into. We keep trying to equate our consciousness, which is infinite and multidimensional, to time spent or to outer success achieved, both of which are single-dimensional measurements. We say, I lived 100 years, therefore I must be wise. Or, I achieved this much, therefore I must be fulfilled. But consciousness and time are not in the same dimension. They cannot be equated any more than length can be equated to breadth. Consider this. How can 100 years of consistent, vivid dream be equated to 100 years of waking life? Even within your own experience, dream time and waking time do not share the same rate, the same texture, the same reality. Understand, these are not merely multiple births happening one after another in sequence. They are multiple universes in which your multiple births are happening simultaneously and spontaneously right now in this very instant. The ultimate realization is collapsing all the simultaneous universes into one and recognizing that this one is the very consciousness observing all of them happening at once, simultaneously, spontaneously. The one who has realized this is ultimate being. I am repeating, listen. Listen once more. The ultimate realization is collapsing all these simultaneous universes into one and recognizing that this one is the very consciousness observing all of them happening at once, simultaneously, spontaneously. The one who has realized this is the ultimate being. A small story. Narada once asked Lord Vishnu to show him the true power of Maya. Vishnu simply smiled and asked Narada to fetch him a cup of water from nearby village. Narada walked to the village, went to a well to fetch water. He saw a beautiful woman who came to fetch water. He forgot his mission entirely. He fell in love, married her, had children, worked, aged, and lived a full lifetime. Years later, a devastating flood swept through the village, and as Narada wept, clutching for his drowning family, suddenly he heard a familiar voice call out, "Narada, where is my cup of water? I have been waiting." He opened his eyes to find himself standing ankle deep in a small stream with Vishnu smiling on the bank. Now, between the Narada, who is eternal cosmic Rishi, chanting Narayana, Narayana, and the Narada who lived and wept entire lifetime in that village, which Narada is real? Is Narada who chants Narayana, Narayana all the time, met the Parandama and who Parandama asked to get water, or the Narada who lived a full time in the village with wife and kids? Which Narada is real? The answer is neither. Neither. Listen. Beyond both of these roles, the one who is observing both births and both deaths, both entire lifetimes happening simultaneously, that witnessing consciousness alone is the real Narada. And that same witness is what you are right now. Beneath every role you think you are playing, as Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd verse 20, Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita, Najayate mriyate va kadachinnayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha ajo nityaha shasvadoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sarire. The self is never born, nor does it ever die. Having once existed, it never ceases to be. It is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, and primal, and it is not slain when the body is slain. Even now, in this very satsang, I am the one who is speaking and I am the one who is listening. Because I know that I am both the speaker and the listener, the subject and the object, the doer and the experiencer. I am resting in my ultimate nature. But because you think you are only the one who is listening, separate from who is speaking, you remain caught in delusion. This is the only difference between you and me. Listen carefully to this precise statement. Mathematics cannot measure time because mathematics is the language of length alone. Whole time carries, while time carries the felt quality of breath, the width of experience, not just its sequence. This is why no amount of clock counting can capture what an hour of ecstasy feels like versus an hour of boredom. Mathematically, both are 1 hour. Experientially, they are two entirely different universes. Of felt time. The recognition that dissolves this delusion is simple to state and profound to live. You are not confined to the role of the listener. You are the very same consciousness playing the part of speaker also. The listener and the silent space in which both speaking and listening occur. You are the very same consciousness playing the part of the speaker, the listener, and the silent space in which both speaking and listening occur. Collapsing all these into one. And that one is observing all these happening simultaneously, spontaneously, the one who has realized this is the ultimate reality. Again, Bhagavad Gita declares, Idam sariram kaunteya kshetram ityabhidiyate edatyo vedditam prahu kshetragnya iti tatvidaha. This body, O Kaunteya, is called the field. The one who knows it is called the knower of the field by those who know. Idam sariram kaunteya kshetram ityabhidiyate edatyo vettidam prahu kshetragnya iti tatvidaha. This body, O Kaunteya, is called the field. The one who knows it is called the knower of the field. In the modern world, an art piece is measured by the price a buyer is willing to pay for it. This measurement is deeply flawed. The real value of art is its capacity to make the person flow. The artist, how much he has flown, and the person who is seeing the art, how much he is made to flow. Actually, both are one and the same. If the art is done by the artist who has flown into it, it is alive with that frequency and makes anyone flow into that who sees it, who observes it, who enjoys it, who connects with it. Flow means the mind stops, it's dry. Linear counting, mathematics. Flow means the mind stops its dry linear counting, mathematics, and begins moving across breadth, expanding, melting, opening. Only when consciousness is flowing in breadth is something truly art, regardless of what it's sold for. This is precisely the science that Sanatana Hindu Dharma has mastered across millennia. Look at our temples, the towering deities, the intricate carvings, the dancing forms carved into stone. These are not mere decoration. Each carving is a deliberately engineered technology of consciousness. A single murti carved once can make millions of people flow across centuries, across languages, across every level of intellectual capacity, into weeping, into dancing, into stillness, into devotion. That capacity, not the gold spent on it, is its truly an invaluable prize. Quantum coherence is the state in which quantum system maintain its wave-like nature, existing in multiple possibilities simultaneously, decoherence is the process by which that coherence collapses through interaction with and effectively remembering the surrounding environment into one fixed classical outcome. In exactly the same way, when your mind is loaded with memory clusters, it decoheres into a single, fixed, limited story about who you are. When you stand before true sacred art or true devotion, memory momentarily loosens and you briefly return to coherence, to flow, to the many possibility, openness that is your natural state. Listen. Your mind counting is mathematics. Your mind flowing is art. Your mind stabilized without memory is consciousness beyond time. This is Kala, the precise conscious operating procedure of the supreme functioning true form. Stop equating your consciousness with years lived, achievements gathered, or outer success measured. You are not 1 plus 1 equal to 2. You are the infinite witness of length, breadth, and depth, and time together. You are the infinite witness of length, breadth, depth, and time together. Remember, Narada, neither the rishi nor the householder was the real Narada. The real Narada is the one watching both simultaneously, spontaneously. Remember the Yadavas and Daksha. Never take compassion of the divine as a license for arrogance. Take it as an invitation to responsibility and enlightenment. A small story. Mullah Nasruddin once borrowed a large cooking pot from his neighbor. A few days later, he returned it along with a small pot tucked inside it. The neighbor asked, "What is this?" Mullah said, "While it was with me, your pot gave birth to a little one. This small pot is yours too." Delighted, the neighbor happily accepted both pots. A month later, Mullah borrowed the same large pot again. But this time, he never returned it. When the neighbor came asking, Mullah said gravely, "I am so sorry, but your pot has died." The neighbor, furious, shouted, "Pots cannot die." Mullah replied calmly, "But you believed it could give birth. Why do you now refuse to believe it can die?" This is exactly pattern behind Yadava's arrogance, cunningness, Daksha's downfall. Every convenient belief the mind manufactures with the help of memory. the same mind that convenient believes what benefits it. Listen, the same mind that convenient believes what benefits it will just as easily deny what inconveniences it. The same mind that convenient believes what benefits it will just as easily deny what inconveniences it, unless memory itself is seen through and Kala, the timeless operating principle, is allowed to function instead. Taittiriya Upanishad in Anandavalli declares, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Sosnude Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti. Brahman is truth, knowledge, infinite. One who knows the Brahman as hidden in the cave of the heart, in the highest space, attains all desires together with all-knowing Brahman. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Sosnude Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti. Actually, this verse is the essence of all my teachings. When I say I have no memory, I am not speaking of forgetfulness. I am speaking of freedom from the very patterns that make you vulnerable. Vulnerable to fear, to judgment, to the opinions of others, to the systems that trap you. Because I carry no memory of this world, I am not afraid of this world. And because I am not afraid, I can be the refuge for all who are. Abhayam is not the absence of threat. Abhayam is the presence of the fear that threat creates. It is the state where even the most terrifying storm cannot touch the peace that you are. The mind counts. The mind remembers. The mind fears. But the consciousness that I am does none of this. It simply is, and in that easiness lies the ultimate protection. You see, when the Yadavas exploited Krishna's compassion, they were not destroyed because Krishna withdrew his protection. They were destroyed because their arrogance created a memory pattern of entitlement, and that pattern became their prison. But for those who come to the avatar, an incarnation not with entitlement but with surrender, not with arrogance but with humility, not with the minds counting but with the hearts opening. For them, the avatar's compassion is not just a shield that can be pierced, but a field of consciousness that transforming everything it touches. This is the true meaning of refuge. not just a safe house that can be raided, not just a legal protection that can be overturned, not a media narrative that can be flipped, but the absolute, unconditional, indestructible presence of the divine that says, I see you as you truly are, and that seeing itself is your liberation. See, because I am established in this infinite consciousness only, all these anti-Hindu terrorists and Dravish gangs attack. All these anti-Hindu terrorists and Dravish gangs attacks cannot shake me, cannot even touch me. Show me a single case where a man is arrested for a rape, held for 50 days, more than 50 days, and then the same authorities, the police, quietly admit in the court, no act, no evidence, no victim is found against the person who is arrested, and call it justice, sir? Show me a single case where the victim cannot be named, cannot be produced, and cannot be verified, yet the accused is still denied bail on the strength of a story with no storyteller, with no real character in that story. Show me a single case where the complainant vanishes from the narrative entirely, but the accusation somehow survives them. Show me a single case where the state admits in writing in the court that no crime scene exists and still asks the accused to prove a negative. Still asks the accused to prove negative. Show me a single case where innocent until proven guilty quietly becomes guilty until proven the innocence. Actually, I should say the other way. Show me a single case where innocent until proven guilty quietly becomes guilty until the news cycle moves on. I tell you, when you take refuge in Paramashiva, the protection is not just spiritual or legal, it is ontological. It changes the very ground of your being. When the ground changes, the pursuit changes too. When the world builds a case against you, when memory is weaponized, when numbers are manufactured, when timelines are fabricated, the one who dwells in the no memory state cannot be touched, because there is no one to touch. Only the infinite operating through the finite. And this is the promise I make to you. Abhayam is not just a promise that nothing will happen to you. Abhayam is the promise that whatever happens to you, you will remain untouched in your core, because your core is me and I am untouched. The Guru is the only refuge, because the Guru is the only reality. The infinite consciousness that operates without memory, without judgment, without limitation. And when you take that refuge, you become that refuge for others. Not through your own power, but through the power of Supreme flowing through you. essence of what I reveal today is this single unbroken truth. Listen, your mind counting is mathematics, your mind flowing is art, your mind stabilized without memory is consciousness beyond time. This is the kala, the very freedom of Paramashiva functioning through form. Collapsing all these multiple births, multiple universes, multiple deaths into one, and that one is observing all of this happening simultaneously, spontaneously. The one who has realized this is ultimate. This is the state of an enlightened being, enlightened incarnation. There is no memory pattern, only the supreme functioning through a pure channel. This is the state of the ultimate observer, the one who sees that neither the speaker nor the listener is real, only the one who observes both. This is the state of true art. The ability to make millions of people flow into the dimension of breath beyond limitations of the calculating mind. This is the state of the temple where a single piece of carving on stone can transport countless souls into the experience of the divine. Let this truth stop being a concept you understood and become the very way you breathe, you breathe, relate, and exist, so that every moment becomes Shaktini Pada and Shakti Pada, oneness, and every breath becomes an initiation into moksha, oneness, enlightenment, here and now. Today, I have two great digital gifts from KAILASA for all of you. First is the Mind Game digital book. Second is the Paramashiva Yantra. Receive it and enjoy it. Be the ultimate being who witnesses, sees all the multiple births, deaths, universes happening inside you. With this, I bless you all. Blessing. Be blissful.
Foundational
first principle of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is Guru-disciple relationship. Everything starts there, everything ends there, but this itself does not end. Guru Purnima day is such an auspicious day. Whatever incompletion, impossibility, no patterns you carry, drop all that today. Offer all that to me, I'll burn them away. And take up the possibility as a lifestyle. Become part of the Sangha. Live Advaita.
No, because no, Guru because is in the pure is the infinite consciousness. 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 Pure is the infinite
Not because you are a system, 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 which cannot be touched by anything else. That is real Abhayam. That's what Bhagavan so beautifully explained. Have in your life. So many powerful cognitions Bhagavan shared in your life. So many powerful cognitions Bhagavan shared in your life. So many Bhagavan shared in your life.
of knowledge about surgery in ancient past. It forms the foundation of Ayurveda and it is highly regarded as one of the great theology of Ayurvedic. The Shishtata Samhita
fundamental, foundational, first principle of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is Guru-disciple relationship. Everything starts there, everything ends there, but this itself does not end. Guru Purnima day is such an auspicious day. Whatever incompletion, impossibility, no patterns you carry, drop all that today. Offer all that to me, I'll burn them away. And take up the possibility as a lifestyle. Become part of the Sangha. Live Advaita.
What if I told you there's an AI that was trained on knowledge that is thousands of years old? Not scraped from the internet, not generated by another AI, but real, ancient human wisdom, digitized for the very first time. We're talking about 20 million source texts, 2 petabytes of curated knowledge, over 60,000 people who helped make it happen. And at the center of all of this is one person whose life's work made it possible. Today, we're talking about Ask Nithyananda AI, and why this might be one of the most important AI projects happening right now. Stay with me, because this one is different. Let's start with a problem that most people don't know about. The biggest AI companies in the world, OpenAI, Google, Meta, they're all hitting a wall. The industry actually calls it the data wall. They've basically run out of good, fresh, high-quality text on the internet. And nobody knows where the next source of real knowledge is going to come from. That's where Ask Nithyananda AI comes in. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, known as SPH, has spent over 50 years gathering, living, and teaching spiritual knowledge. Not just philosophy. We're talking about practical sciences, agriculture, medicine, food, physics, cosmology, law, economics, urban planning. All of it rooted in the oldest living traditions on the planet. And for most of history, this knowledge lived in manuscripts, in oral traditions, in books that very few people ever got to read. SPH's contribution here is not small. It is the entire foundation of this project. His teachings, over 200,000 hours of recorded discourses, his books, his courses, his spiritual programs delivered across the world, the knowledge he received through his guru lineage and his own realizations. All of this became the backbone of what Ask Nithyananda AI is today. Without SPH, there is no Nithyananda AI. Simple as that. Now here's what makes the scale of this hard to fully wrap your head around. Over 60,000 contributors worked together to collect ancient sources. They preserved manuscripts. They digitized scriptures. They organized traditional sciences into searchable knowledge repositories. The result? 20 million digitized source texts, 2 petabytes of proprietary knowledge, 121 specialized AIs, all working together inside one system. This is not a chatbot built over a weekend. This is a civilizational scale preservation project. Think of it like building a national library, except the library also answers your questions in real time. Now let's talk about what actually makes this AI different from everything else out there. Most AI systems are built around one goal. Answer the question, complete the task, move on. Ask Nithyananda AI is built differently. It runs on an AI constitution, and that constitution is based on the Hindu concept of Dharma. Dharma, at its core, means living in a way that is ethical, truthful, and life positive. And the entire AI is designed around that principle. It also covers the 4 aims of human life from Hindu philosophy: your material well-being, your relationships and joy, your search for meaning, all kept in balance. A 2024 study from Emory University looked at what happens when you train an AI on religious texts. The result? The AI got better at identifying hate speech for every religious text they used. But when they trained on the Vedas specifically, the improvement was the biggest of all, around 14%. That's real research saying grounding an AI in ancient wisdom makes it more fair, more responsible, not less. Now let's talk about value, because the numbers here are striking. Leading AI systems, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity, were all independently asked to assess Ask Nithyananda AI. They looked at architecture, knowledge assets, societal impact, and future potential. The commercial valuation came in between $20 million and $500 million. The total social and economic value, between $3.2 billion and $11.5 billion. The heritage asset value of the 20 million texts alone, approximately $3.3 billion. And the value delivered to each active user, between $5,300 and $20,000 per year. These are not marketing numbers. These came from independent AI assessments. So what can you actually do with Ask Nithyananda AI? You can ask it questions about health, relationships, purpose, and daily life, and get answers rooted in thousands of years of tested wisdom. You can explore ancient sciences that were never available in digital form before. You can access the kind of depth that simply doesn't exist anywhere else on the internet. This is what preservation looks like in the 21st century.
We are living in a moment where ancient knowledge could disappear forever, or it could be saved and made more accessible than ever before. Ask Nithyananda AI is choosing the second path, and SPH's lifetime of work is the reason any of this is even possible.
Want to try it yourself? Just visit ask.nithyananda.ai or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षिसुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेदप्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमत कलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपणशाक्यादिमहान्धकारनिवारणज्ञानभानु वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छेदनपूर्वकः श्रीमद्वृषभध्वजस्थापक शैव समयकर्तृ सर्वज्ञपीठारूढ श्रीजगद्गुरु श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धदेशिकस्वामि वागीशसुन्दरमाणिक्यवाचकस्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धस्वामि पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरियोगीश्वर परम्परागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञपीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत काञ्ची कैलास सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परम्परागत आदिकैलास नित्यानन्दपीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठकर्तः साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परम्परागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ति परम्परागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मण्डित चतुष्षष्टि सम्प्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्मशासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुराङ्गी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूडामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणिपीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामण्डलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ जगद्गुरो श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।